3, 2, 1. It's a 7-second opener. Quick.
I think the streets are clean for a while. See, I'm a dinosaur.
Hello and welcome to the worst movie ever made. An experimental movie podcast designed with one thing in mind: to find the worst movie ever made. I'm your host, Chris Ackman. I'm joined by my co-host and fellow mad scientist, Rob Scoopsy and Bob Hasek. Hey guys, how are you? I don't know if you noticed, but I just chugged down a nip off screen, and that's why my voice is failing me. I hope you're doing well. Rob, I'm going to throw it over to you.
I'm doing great. We're doing another Steven Seagal movie. The CEO of United Healthcare was murdered in broad daylight and no one cares. And I'm going to talk about both those things at length this week. How are you, Bob?
Nice.
You want to describe this?
I'm so happy that we're back at Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal is like,
good call.
He just like inspires me to keep this podcast going. Let's just say that.
And did we say force of execution? We're doing force of execution, right?
No, yeah, we didn't say that. I skipped over that because I had to talk about the alcohol I'm drinking.
Got it. Okay.
We are doing. Yes, we're doing force of execution. I'm going to talk about it. Go ahead.
All right, here we go.
Bob, what are you doing over there? Explain yourself. While you're at it, explain the movie.
Okay. Was that it? Okay. Okay. So you'll like this. Felons fire firearms, fracture fingers, and fist fight a flabby fellow.
Yeah.
What do you call him? Professor Chubby or something? Last time we did this movie of his. Professor Pudgy.
It was Professor Pudgy. And now it's flabby fellow. I'm just gonna.
Yeah,
I'll see what else. Oh, if we do more Seagal, I will come up with a different letter and a different name for Steven Seagal.
He's got like 30 throwaway movies, so
yeah,
he's got so many.
Straight to the
so
bin.
Many, yeah, direct to video movies. Okay, so to accept, and shame on you for not watching it if you're watching this podcast. Seagal's character, Mr. Alexander, is either a hitman or a crime boss, or both. And we watch him kill a man for, quote, breaking the code. Then Mr. Alexander sends a hitman to jail in order to kill somebody, and the hitman kills the wrong person while beating up pretty much everyone else in the prison. And then the hitman gets all his fingers broken. Then soon after that, some of the people that were prisoners aren't in prison anymore and decide to team up against Mr. Alexander, only to confuse us more. And eventually everybody dies, except for Seagal, of course. But we're never quite sure what any of it means.
No.
Yeah.
No, we are not. I cannot wait to talk about that aspect of the movie. But,
yeah.
Well, thank you for, I feel like that was a pretty succinct explanation considering how confusing this plot is, if a plot doesn't, in fact, exist. So, great job, Bob. Let's throw it to the best YouTube comment.
Yeah. This YouTube comment makes me want to... Oh, it makes me want to... Oh, my God, it makes me want to... All right, so first... Bob's brother Dave commented on our Baby Boom video, which can be found at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. And he's quoting me saying, "This movie is bringing out the worst in us." And he said, "That's all I need to hear," with the hands up emoji, a baby, and an explosion. Now, for force of execution, I have two comments I want you guys to choose. We have somebody really serious about why people are mad about this movie because he thinks it's good, or one person who's really serious who thinks this movie's bad and is disappointed in it.
Oh God. I guess I'd rather hear the person that thinks it's bad, because usually we talk about people who think bad movies are good.
All right, and maybe I'll squeeze the other one in later.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, sure.
All right. More people are saying that he doesn't do his fights like in the past. They cut so much over edit that you can't see much more than him shooting a gun and talking. What happened to this man? The invention of the microwave and mini fridge did not serve him well. I used to love his earlier films like Under Siege, Above the Law, etc. Couldn't even name 3. He's made a name for himself and doesn't seem to care anymore, thus tarnishing it.
I love the mini fridge microwave combo insult.
Yeah.
Wait until he gets onto his oxygen bag ears. But
Oh yeah, fucking balloons.
I wanted to have a countdown from the beginning of the episode to see when the first person was gonna bring up oxygen balloons.
Yeah, so
Because I knew.
oh my God. Well,
I knew
about
it was
6
gonna
minutes
come up.
in. About 6 minutes in. Yeah.
yeah, don't worry, I'll do it again in a minute. Let's throw it to test number 1. Ain't that a pitch?
All right.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth!
My job sucks.
Well, I'm sold. That's a bitch.
All right. It
Who's
is.
first?
It's Bob, me, Chris.
Her.
Which is appropriate because mine is half plot explaining and half just not that good.
All right.
All right. Ain't that a pitch? There once was a confusing scene, followed by another 18. This movie really delivers the killing of many killers. I never thought I'd prefer Neil Breen.
Oh my God. Say it
Right.
ain't so.
All right. Seagal's John Alexander is finna force Roman into retirement. There's no pension or severance, but broken hands are a requirement. Roman sucks on a bottle because he's too crippled for brothels. Scorpions bite his hands, letting him grab a gun and fire it.
Wow.
Okay. All right.
That was great.
Now for you, big man.
Seagal is back at it with another one of his flops. Locked in a gang war which somehow never features the cops. He's a mafia leader and an ethnic human defeater with the same scarf and oxygen tank as Sniper Special Ops.
What, human defeater?
Literally.
What, yeah.
An ethnic human defeater. Yeah.
All right.
And the oxygen tank comes back.
It comes back. But I wanted to say, like, I had to bring that in because he's literally in the same exact outfit he's in Sniper Special Ops when he's on the roof, just like sniping terrorists, defeating other ethnics.
Yep.
Yeah, I swear to God, it's the same ensemble. He's got the glasses and the scarf, and then the like extra black scarf, and then the body armor and the hat. And
You gotta cover the flab. All right.
Yeah.
you do. You got to cover the flap.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Normally, like wearing constricting things like a garter or like Spanx or whatever, that works if you're like 10, 20 pounds overweight. But he's got like a whole other human inside of him, so like it doesn't really help.
All right. Speaking of offensive comments, let's throw it to test number 2. The most.
Well, we got to score this. I'm gonna go Chris 4.5.
Oh shit! Yeah, let's do that.
I was gonna go Rob 4.5, but what do you want to? I know Chris is gonna outweigh this one, so go ahead, Chris.
I'll go with Chris 4.5 for the pitch. Great job, Chris. That's a first win of the day. Oh, you son of a bitch!
Okay, sorry.
Fucking
Most
asshole. I
offensive.
knew that was going to come in here somehow. God damn it! Fuck you! I hate you. All right, let's throw it to number 2. Test number. You got me all fucked up, man. The most offensive.
Yeah.
A day without sex is a day wasted, man.
Oh my god, I'm so fucking mad. Fuck you, Rob. Okay, what's so offensive about in this movie? I'm about to tell you, starting with number
5.
Okay, I don't know about you. I work in the restaurant industry. I do know that you don't, but I mean, you might understand why number 5 is so offensive if you ever have or have ever been a considerate human. Ordering entrees almost at the end of the eatery's hours of operation. A whole gang of dudes going into this bar. She's like, kitchen closes in 15 minutes. They're like, we want burgers.
Yeah.
And then they proceed to get like 12 beers apiece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole
That-
table,
I mean-
the whole table had like fucking 40 beers on it.
Yeah, seriously, it really did. I mean, you know, and then he's like playing grab ass with her against her wishes, which I guess is offensive, but you know, it's
After
really
forcing-
offensive when you walk
after-
in 15 minutes
yeah.
before the place closes.
So you're gonna force overtime on her and then grope her as like payment for that.
Yeah. And you know these guys aren't tipping on all those beers.
Yeah, we've definitely hit Chris's weak spot here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking pissed off about it. Number 4.
Oh wait. You know what? Time, let's go.
4.
There we go. I always do Bob on that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah. That did tickle me a little different.
Yeah.
Witchdoctoring a woozy wanderer.
With the scorpions.
Yeah.
Hey, I just happened upon these 2 extremely poisonous scorpions.
You want your hands back?
Yeah.
Let me try this out. I'm gonna see if the scorpion venom counterbalances each other on this homeless guy, just for an experiment.
And I think you need to be awake for it, but I'm not sure.
I don't
What
know.
he basically says.
Oh, and now I'm gonna hammer your hands back together.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that was insane. Number
3.
Okay. Incredibly cloudy kung fu character conception. Then I'm talking about the Seagal, like maybe I should go back to Taiwan, where in the hills of Taiwan or whatever the fuck, where I learned my jujitsu or whatever the fuck he's talking about, and then I have included this. You will hear this in one of our clips, but the mention of seppuku or whatever, but the way Seagal says,
whatever that was,
Oh
I always
my
thought-
god,
I
the way
think-
he says it.
I think it's supposed to be Harry Carey, isn't it? When you like slit your own throat.
It
or,
is.
Like, stab
Yeah,
yourself?
no, it is. It is.
All right.
100%. You know, Hadi Kadi, or I don't know how Seagal would pronounce it. Probably something crazy like that. Hadi Kadi.
Yeah.
But he's like, hesitate to use the word seppuku. Like he's trying to sound like an authentic Asian man.
Yeah.
Out of
That's
nowhere.
the one.
The same way he says punani
hilarious.
on his reggae track. Yeah.
Muane punane.
Right.
Oh my god! If you haven't heard that, you need to. But yeah, I just mean like what is this character? He's like a Russian mafia guy with Afro-Asian influence.
Yeah.
He's the most confusing
Fusion.
character.
I think they call it fusion.
Yeah. Fusion. Yeah.
Afro-Asian fusion.
Afro-Asian fusion. Number
2.
Tarantino-esque N-word tally.
Yeah. There is a tally going, yes.
Yes, and it's enough to think that Tarantino might have had a hand in this script, is where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
All right, how about number
1?
I kind of already said this, but again, he's acting as if his accent is from somewhere where you might be African American. He's like...
Is that the origin? Like, I couldn't figure out the origin of that accent.
He's
that's like number 1 on my catch-all. Like, what the fuck is that accent?
It's Creole again?
Yeah. He
Is
thinks he's
it?
from. Yeah, he's doing that whole like I'm down by the bayou type of.
Yeah,
but not
New
good.
Orleans,
He's not doing it good.
Like,
You have
he's not, but he's like
to watch Steven Seagal Lawman, where he does that gratuitously, but in quote unquote official uniform.
So he's like legitimately trying to pretend like he's from the Bayou.
It's cops. It's cops, but with Steven Seagal.
I don't want to watch that, but I so want to watch that.
It's so fucking
I
good,
do
dude.
too.
He's a legend
Oh
in
my
his
God.
own mind the entire time, and like, it's so good.
I think that he sees what is cool about other cultures and he tries to adopt those cool elements.
Yeah.
in whatever movie he's in at the time, whatever he thinks is cool is what he's trying to do. At this time, he thought being like a Southern black man was cool.
Yeah, and at one point, someone drops like the N-bomb, like so and so fellas, you know, and he's like, all right, G, or what did he say? He said, all right, fool. He said, all right, fool.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying, because like they're laughing together about the fact that Ving Rhames just called him the N-word. Like, oh yeah, like you've accepted me into your your culture. And then he calls him a fool.
Yeah, fool.
With no L. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just incredibly aggravating. So, Rob, why don't we throw it to your ad read?
Sure.
Payoffs and greed were always the priority of my company. Like many companies. I'm afraid of going to prison. They now know my crimes.
Speaking of greed, here's Rob's ad read.
All right, so I got a phone call from the producers. I don't know if you guys have been following the news, but the CEO of United Healthcare was murdered in broad daylight and no one cares. But because we're trying to keep our sponsors happy, we have to do a moment of silence for him. So here we go. All right, so that was our moment of silence for Brian Thompson. May you rest in piss. I hope they bring you back and murder you again. All right, back to the show, guys.
Jesus Christ! That sounded like the number 12 looks like you.
That was Dillinger Escape Plan. That was Sugar Coated Sour. And the lyric was, take a bow, you deserve it, eat shit, you've earned it. Life would be so much better if you did not exist. So that was the moment of silence for Brian Thompson. Just checking my notes. Yeah, Brian Thompson. Mm-hmm. All right, next segment.
Test number 3, the worst dialogue.
I'm so happy.
Yo, I'm out of here. Where you going? Across the street to Slinger Schlong.
As much as I love it, it's still some of the worst dialogue. This is the worst dialogue.
Okay, we've got an honorable mention. This is why we did not have a clip in the most offensive, just so you know. This is fittin' number 1.
I'm puzzled.
You killed Dre. My tape boss inside.
Well, I'm finna figure out if and how he made the mistake. But in the meantime, I can't have you missing no mark. In the meantime, I can't be embarrassed by my business associates. For now, you retired.
Vin. All right, so that's a little flashback of a thing that he says, and you'll hear that portion of the flashback in a different one. So that was an honorable mention. It was another point in the movie where fittin', that you mentioned before, Rob, was featured.
Yeah.
So let's go to number 5. This is fittin' number 2.
You like games?
No, sir.
Well, I think I got a game that you're gonna like. How'd you like to play Pop the Pinata with old Benny the Rat himself?
Tell me.
Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah, we got him. It's a gift from 6-0 to you to show our respect.
That right?
That's right.
Man, if that's true, you might could have a job. Iceman.
You can call me Ice.
Ice. Mr. Ice. Cool, well, you can call me Mr. Alexander. Who you with?
Rich rolling 60 Crips. Mr. Alexander.
Not no more. You finna roll with me now.
Neighborhood.
Oh, that's our neighborhood.
Neighborhood. You might could have a job.
Mike could. What is that? What's he trying to go for? Well, who says Mike could?
Yeah, Mike could.
I don't know.
All right, so here's the thing that irked me. I hope you guys don't have this somewhere in your script for the episode, but you heard him say pop the pinata with Benny the Rat, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the very next scene, they go to where Benny the Rat is being tortured.
Yeah.
And Iceman says, "You got him hung up there like a damn pinata. Get him down."
Yeah.
Which was so fucking aggravating to me because it's like another pinata joke kind of thing, but he literally just told Steven Seagal that he can pop him like a pinata, and then goes to where he is and says, "Take him down, he's not a pinata."
It had to have been a rewrite, and they just had to use the shots somewhere.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
My jaw fell. It was one of those Jacob Marley moments where I was like, I just could not fucking believe.
It's just lazy writing. There's no other excuse.
It's awful.
That's writing from non-writers.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Steven Seagal, most likely.
Yeah.
Between Oxley
most
and Puff.
likely, yes.
Yeah.
All right, number
4. Yarg.
I just had an image of him writing a sentence and then getting a little. Number 4 is fittin. Number 3. I'm sorry for this thing.
Dante is aware that I sent you there to personally close this issue.
Problem is, you took out the wrong brother. You deaf or something, white boy?
My little shadow warrior is good at what he do. And that's why I felt that him and I always gotta be good. That's the first time in 15 years he's missed a mark. So I'm finna find out what happened there. But in the meantime, you need to know we have rules. And we got respect. I respect you, I respect him, but if somebody fuck up, somebody gotta face the music, so...
I'll suck your dick, but someone screwed up, so...
I like how, as a function of his accent, he just drops pluralizing things.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
When he's like, I like to think that we always got to be good. What?
Yeah.
What was that supposed to mean? I don't understand. Like good at their jobs?
Yeah.
Moral humans?
No, I don't know.
I literally have no idea. All right, well, there you have it. That's the third mention of fittin' in this movie. How about we change it up a little bit? I'm not going to hit you with another fittin' quite yet. This is number 3. This is Bang Bang.
I'm kind of tired of all this shit. And I know what you're thinking. I don't blame you, and I like your style. You know. But this could go 2 ways. One way it could go is like stupid, and it turn into war. And war ain't no good for business. It ain't good for nobody. The people who run countries, war is the greatest business. We street people, man, we ain't gonna make no money warring. So I was thinking I'll go back up in the mountains of Thailand, where I learned all my original bad habits. Leave all this to you. But you know what? I like to leave with my face, you know? So give me a little bit, just enough to whip my beak. It's about respect, it's about face, and I'll be gone. I thought if you could come over to the house in the next couple of days, one night, and let's sit down and just have a little business discussion. You're a businessman. And I ain't talking about business. I'm just talking about living with respect. What do you say?
Chitty chitty bang bang, Crips and Fangs, baby.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
6-0 neighborhood. Every fucking exchange.
One way it can go is just like stupid. That's the line. He's going to return to the mountains of Thailand after
Where he learned his original habit. Where he learns his original habits.
Right.
Yeah.
He's talking about business, not not business.
Yeah. Hookers.
This is some of the worst dialogue we've had on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll agree with that.
You want to hear it get even worse? Here's number. This is insane. This is it.
We have to send a message. We gotta take out a mark and Dante set it up with his crew. They're on the inside. I just need confirmation when it's done.
When it done.
Yeah, when it done.
Oh, what? I need confirmation when it done. Again, he's not putting an S on the end of it.
Yeah.
I guess that makes his accent more authentic.
He doesn't make things possessive or plural, like to your earlier point. Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
So I don't know, who would we reference? Who would we ask? Like, hey, do you feel like he's doing a good job with his accent work here?
Yeah.
Who would you go to?
I don't know.
Because he's not selecting a regional dialect. He's making it up as he goes along. He's like, I'm going to throw some Creole in there. I'm going to throw in some Russian, little,
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I'm going to hit him with some jive. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really whatever.
Yeah.
There's no one on earth that can tell us if he's doing a good job, which means he's doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
Let's throw it to number
1, Daddy.
I could not believe that this line was said in a movie, and it's not said by Steven Seagal, by the way. This is a major feature on Ving Rhames. Number 1 is, what a dick.
You know what? Fuck it.
Fucking motherfucker! I knew it!
Fucking hate you. What is that?
It's a bit crusher cranked
as
high as possible.
It's the worst sound that you could produce.
We're doing it's dick time.
Let me guess, that was on vinyl.
Yes.
That's what every vinyl sounds like.
Yeah. Are we doing dick time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I fucked you last week. Stop wasting my dick time.
Didn't I fuck you last week? Stop wasting my dick time, is what he said.
I think I was the first person to watch this movie, and that was the first line that I saw that I thought needed a screenshot and a text was "Stop wasting my dick time."
Yes, I think you're right. I was like, I saw this somewhere. It must have been you. I figured I must have seen it like in a meme or something, but it was Bob just sending it to W Meme.
The
worst movie ever made, chat. But fuck, stop wasting my dick time.
Yeah.
I fucked you last week. My penis has no more time allotted.
No more bandwidth. Yeah.
Yeah. This week has been taken. If you want to hop on, you have to be a different human because my dick time for you has elapsed.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's insane. Okay. I don't want to hear head over heels again.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
No more opportunities for that.
Yeah.
We're good.
All right. Test number 4. This is the worst production.
My job sucks.
Yeah, so does your production, you skank.
This movie was so bad that I'm gonna put on a slash tagline: no story / no continuity.
Yeah, those are two things you need when doing movies good.
You do. So the film makes little sense, as if it were filmed in like Confuso-Vision. Like there's no discernible storyline. There's no protagonist or antagonist. All the fight scenes are very non-believable, and virtually everybody dies.
Yeah.
Like where were the arcs? There were no arcs. I mentioned this in my catch-all, but like there's no story arc. There's no character arcs. There's nothing. This movie just has zero story.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awful. I don't think you give a shit about a single character, which is a thing that we've come back to on this podcast again and again. But it's something true about half of the bad movies out there. They don't make you care about anyone. And I was saying to Rob off air before the pod started, I didn't even realize that Mr. Alexander, Steven Seagal's character, was supposed to be a good guy until a third of the way through the movie.
Yeah.
Halfway through the movie, I discovered that he was supposed to be good.
But why is he a good guy? Like I don't understand it.
I don't either.
It's one of those. I'm not trying to give it too much credit. He's one of those. He's corrupt and evil, but he sees the error of his ways, so he's going after people who are more corrupt and evil, therefore making him not corrupt and evil.
He learned how to do bad things to bad people.
Yeah.
According to the wiki page and websites about this movie, he was supposed to be I want to get out of this line of work, but I have to do this one last thing before I do.
One last job, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
of thing.
He is a dinosaur.
But that's bullshit because he's still awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still a terrible person.
Yeah.
Who fights like this, by the way.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you noticed that.
What he does is all the opponents do all the work, and then he just does this.
So
and then they go past him.
So that's the thing. I know people don't have strong opinions about Joe Rogan, but he does have insight when it comes to fighting stuff. And I looked up some Joe Rogan stuff on Steven Seagal because I knew it'd be there. And he's a 7th Dan black belt in Aikido, which is a legitimate martial art, but it's a defensive martial art in which you rely, like Bob said, on your opponent's momentum, and you use their kinetic energy against them to block them or disarm them. And then he goes on to say, it's just not a great martial art to be good at because it's completely useless in a fighting application.
Yeah.
So that's Steven Seagal in a nutshell.
Right.
Especially
old
if you're
Seagal.
Fighting.
Yeah.
It's good if you're fighting untrained people who are just trying to throw a bar fight fist at your face.
Yeah. It's someone's coming at you and you got to block them quickly. That's what Aikido is good for, essentially. It's a non-antagonistic martial art.
Right, but blocking them and pushing them aside is one thing, but blocking them and then having an aggressive move afterwards is different.
Yeah, he pulls their arm backward.
You can't block them and then throw them away at the same move.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work that way.
Nope.
Also, when he stands like this, like a drunken master or something. But when his hands were limp like that, which he did a number of times in this movie, I thought there was going to be some kind of his hands were broken, and he learned how to become Mr. Alexander with no use of his hands anyway, and that he was going to show Hearst the way of the
dragon,
mangle or whatever, and that never comes to fruition. It's just Steven Seagal standing there like this, this is my own. This kung fu comes with my accent.
The Handless Henchman.
Oh man, that's good. We should have done this for Halloween, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to test number 5, the worst acting.
Worst acting. Here we go.
He killed himself! He killed himself!
You can keep saying the words, but your acting's not getting any better. This is the worst acting.
Yeah.
Well, we promised it. You think we'd go a whole episode without giving you that Steven Seagal clip where he says seppuku or whatever? No.
Yeah.
Number
1
is seppuku.
All it takes is one dumb motherfucker to come in and try to tear everything down. You broke the code, Sasha. You a motherfucking rat.
Please. Mr. Alexander, don't kill me. Give me a chance to redeem myself.
Now, I got to get involved myself, personally. You understand? I'm gonna have to make an example out of you. You wanna redeem yourself? See, I don't wanna use the word seppuku, because that had something to do with folks who had honor, which you don't have. So why don't you cut your motherfucking throat or I'll do it for you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? Going back to South Park always, when the Harley people are trying to figure out the etymology of the F slur, and he's like, he's reading the dictionary. It's a pejorative term.
Yeah.
Like sounding it out.
Yep, that's it.
I honestly, the reason that this clip made it in though is because Seagal is like, and then one dumb motherfucker has to
like he's Dolomite or something.
Oh my god.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. Look for our Dolomite episode. It's Powerhouse.
It is Powerhouse. I agree. All right, let's throw it to number 2. All right, we had a theme. Let's get back to that scheme. This is fittin' 4.
See, in the past, every time we went to war, we always fought side by side. You paid for your mistake. Now it's time to get better. Time to get your strength back.
After I broke your fucking hands irreparably.
Took my hands. I can't help you anymore. Yeah, well, I ain't asking for your help. At all. I'm fitting to get you some money and ask you to leave. Get out of here, go as far as you can go, start a new life. If I get through this okay, we'll hook up again. Your family. It's like that.
Like that.
Just Rob, like masterful job on creating these clips. They're all exactly what I wanted.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
It was a team effort, guys.
It really was.
But where did his accent go when he's like, time to get better. Time to get your strength back. There was literally no accent then.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, go back 45 seconds. Listen to that clip again.
Yeah.
He's not talking an accent for half of the clip.
He went from Bayou gumbo to like upper white middle class potato salad in like top of a hat.
Yeah, he did. From gumbo to potato salad.
Yeah.
The
secret ingredient is ground pepper.
It's a little spicy, but we can handle it. Number 3. This is okay.
Is this weapon clean?
Yeah.
Okay, both of you bounce. Get out of here now.
You can't get into this.
Are you kidding me? An old Mexican con and a former mob, whatever you want to call it, explaining to the cops why these 2 dirty gangbangers ended up all busted like they did. No way.
No way.
They attacked me in my place, and I used the gun that my daddy gave me for just such an occasion, and I don't know what happened, but I am really glad it did. Okay? Okay.
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 No way.
What? No way.
No way. Seriously, the only difference between that chick and the chick from Birdemic is that there is nice music in the background instead of just wind.
Yeah.
She is pretty bad. Well, that's all I have to say about that. How about we throw it to number 4? It's spelled a little different, but this is pus.
You gotta take a look at his hands, right? But you gotta look up close. Something weird about it.
Chava. He's dead.
Huh?
He's dead.
Fuck me! Who the fuck is he?
He's just a drunk. He lives upstairs.
Hey, look at his hands. He's got some kind of disease. It's all full of pus. Madre.
What are you staying around for? Get rid of him. Bring the fucking plague into my house. Fucking pendejos! Take him out to the desert, plant him deep enough. The animals don't bring him back.
I don't believe anyone. I don't believe anyone in this movie ever. I don't believe Danny Trejo. Look at his hands. They're all full of pus.
I never believed Danny Trejo though. He's not.
That's true.
As much as many things he's been in, he's not much of an actor.
So,
you're right.
You know what's funny? On YouTube, I was looking for the comments, and the overwhelming thing whenever Trejo comes up is in any movie that he's ever in is I bet you $5 he doesn't make it to the credits. Because he dies in every fucking movie he's in.
Yeah, he does. You know why?
Pretty much,
He's really ugly.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true.
Like, if you're cast in a movie as any role and you know you're an ugly man.
Yeah. Yep.
It's true.
Hollywood accounting.
Which none of the three of us would ever have to worry about in the movie we were casted for.
Oh, yeah.
With the exception of Tarantino, he only dies in like one of his movies.
Yeah.
From Dawn to Dusk.
Okay, two of his movies. Sorry, that and Reservoir Dogs.
Oh yeah, that's true. He does die in that one. Which I mean, that's. What's your take on Reservoir Dogs, Bob?
I like it.
Yeah,
I don't like it as much as Pulp Fiction, but I like it.
I think
So
Tarantino
you really
is
like
served.
both of those movies.
I do.
I think Tarantino's better
and that's
served,
it.
yeah.
That's it.
I think it's better served by smaller budgets because a lot of the violence takes the backseat to the dialogue, and when he has a budget to like do all the blood, like in Kill Bill, the dialogue kind of takes the backseat. But I'm you know.
Fuck you, Bob. All right, let's throw it to fact or no fact.
Wait a minute.
Oh, by the way, are you seeing another therapist now?
No. There is no one else.
Are you sure about that?
I am not seeing any other therapists.
Sounds like Bob Foolery.
There are no other therapists.
Fact. Or no fact.
All right. So, a disclaimer this week. I had like to fact check so many things. Like there's so little about this movie. But the things that there were out there about this movie seemed so ridiculous. I had to like go out there and fact check them because I had to make sure they were real or not. And a lot of them were not real. So I had to do a little more digging than that. So
catering, but only for himself.
Because they're so ridiculous. I know the segment's called Fact or No Fact, but there is a possibility that some of these aren't real, even though I've tried to fact check them. But I'm going to claim them as facts, even though I know the one that I invented is a lie. Okay, so here we go. So Fact No Fact it's called Force of Execution, and after watching this, I called this Please Execute Me.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. First of the 5 facts or no facts. Tom Holland was originally cast to play Danny Trejo's character, but quit after a week.
Okay.
Okay, second fact. Yeah, the Tom Holland, yeah. But this is 2013, so this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, second one. An actor on set claimed that Steven Seagal would constantly steal his food and stare at him as he ate it. Okay, third one. The film was nearly canceled due to legal problems that occurred a week into filming, which involved Seagal crashing into a Burger King. Okay, fourth one. The film was delayed because of a civil lawsuit filed against Seagal due to an incident from his Lawman show.
Okay.
Rob. Okay, and last one. One of Caesar's gangster actors, referring to Seagal, explained, "No matter how many times I told him my name, he keeps calling me Hector." I know. They're so funny.
I know, this is amazing. When we went from 2 to 3, and that means that Seagal either stole somebody's food and stared at him, or he crashed into a
Burger King. Like, one of them has to be real. Wait, you said Tom Holland, like Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So one of these is definitely fake. The other ones are most likely true, but there's a possibility that they're not really true.
Like Tom,
which makes this game not so much a game as just fucking funny as hell.
Like Tom Holland, who was still a teenager 5 years later when he joined the Avengers. Tom Holland.
That's the one.
I think I know where
So
you're
that
going
means
with this one, Rob.
so you're saying so basically he can't be Danny Trejo's character because he's like 60 and Mexican.
I mean,
so that means
just rewrote it when they were like, we can't get Tom Holland or Jamie Kennedy, so we got to get Danny Trejo.
Yeah, we can't. We can't get Kennedy.
I'm gonna listen to my heart and say that Tom Holland wasn't even a thought in anybody's mind at that point. Meaning, Steven Seagal would intimidate somebody out of their food by stealing it and staring them down while eating it, and then he also crashed into a Burger King, and that he also had a civil lawsuit on Lawman, and also that he could not remember one actor's name even though it was told to him repeatedly. Number one, I guess. Number one, Tom Holland.
I love the image of him stealing a guy's sandwich and just waiting for him to fight him because he can't punch the guy and take his sandwich because Aikido doesn't allow for that.
Yeah.
He doesn't know how to aggressively take a sandwich. He has to steal it and then wait for him to come at him.
Or
he's like eat the same one hand and then like twist his arm with the other one.
He stole the sandwich. He was outed. He runs to his car and then crashes into the Burger King during his getaway. During his turkey club getaway.
He like gets into the car and puts a gun to the guy's head and he says, "Go, Hector, go!" He's like, "I'm in the drive-through at Burger King."
You left that oxygen balloon somewhere in your story.
All right, so Rob went with Tom Holland Trejo trade was the fake. Fuck, man, I don't know. The lawman suit, I believe all of it except for that. I guess the most outrageous one. I don't know, Bob. It would seem like maybe you would make up the stealing food stare from Seagal. So I'll go with number 2. I don't know. Is that or the Burger King one? I don't know.
All right. So, as far as everything I read on the internet, and I really had to dig and read. Like, I basically spent this week skipping my lunch period at school and digging online to read information about Steven Seagal.
So you fed yourself with knowledge.
I did. And Tom Holland was hired as the original owner of the diner, and he played and he quit after a week. He's like, "Fuck this."
How old would he have been? 22?
No, he's not as young as he looks. I mean, he was an adult. It just it was just
96. Yeah, so he would have been like, no, he was 96.
He wasn't,
so
he wasn't famous yet.
Yeah,
he wasn't famous yet, so he was just like looking for work.
All right,
and he was also the same actor that claimed that Seagal would constantly steal his food and stare at him as he ate it.
Oh no shit! So Bob wins this week.
That's a double fact.
Wow.
All right,
you got us good.
Now here's where the lie came in.
You
IMDb.
Tom Holland.
IMDb had it as he's okay. This is gonna sound stranger than fiction because it is. IMDb said that Seagal stole a jet from the set of the movie to get to Burger King faster than he can drive there, and he crashed into the Burger King and then into a Walmart and killed people. which is it's a completely fabricated story.
Yeah.
I looked up everything I could look up.
God damn it! I almost went with number 3. Fuck me.
He did not crash into a Burger King. He did not crash into a Walmart. He did not steal a jet. I don't know why that was out there, but that's a great story. I laughed my ass off reading that story. I'm like, that's so funny.
Imagine him being like, if I take a car, I'll get to Burger King in 20 minutes, but if I take a jet, I'll get there in like 7.
There's no time to waste.
That's pretty much what the story said. However, he did get sued in a civil lawsuit for his show Lawman because
which we have to watch.
It's so good.
He got not only the sheriff's department but a tank to go to a person's house because they were suspected of having yes, I'm not joking. They were suspected of having a cockfighting ring in their house. The person apparently had bought, I don't know. The person had bought chickens for whatever, but wasn't for cockfighting. But he took a tank to their house, damaged their property, like fucked up part of the other property, and he got sued for like excessive force for approaching this person's house.
And there's no
chickens. I'm driving a tank into your backyard.
And just to make it funnier, there is no. He says that he's actually a cop. He's been deputized because he trained them in defensive measures. But there's no clear record of him ever actually having that certification in real life.
Like I want to just watch that episode. I gotta find that episode and watch it.
It's all on Tubi. Last time I checked, I only watched like a handful of episodes, but like it is like a cozy show to watch like before bed.
Oh god,
it's so fucking funny.
So fucking funny. It's so funny.
Just tell me one thing: was Tom Holland also the actor that he kept calling Hector?
No, that was actually one of Caesar's. That was one of Caesar's. Here's the whole fact. One of Caesar's gangsters kept being called Hector, and he said, "That's not my name. Stop calling me Hector." And then he said, "He is the Donald Trump of actors," referring to Steven Seagal.
I fucking see it, man.
They have the same affectation with their voice, the way they enunciate.
That's true. Oh my
god.
It's
so funny.
I hate it.
Oh my god. I'm exhausted. Go ahead.
Yeah, me too. I laughed too hard this episode already. Let's throw it to the ketchup.
I can't believe you committed suicide. I cannot believe you committed suicide.
Are you catching all of this?
How could you have done this?
Real quickly, I got some abusers. I wanted to play one real quick. This one's called Pooping in the Toilet.
Hey, don't be shitting in my toilet, man, all right?
That's the whole clip.
That's when Hearst is like walking through the factory.
Yeah.
And Hector's like, "Hey, don't be shitting in my toilet."
Yeah. Dominance.
All right. Good job.
Look at Chris knowing the characters' names. Look at that.
Well, I don't know. I guess that's the one that Seagal kept calling Hector. Number 5 for me is 2 completely random moments for you, and I found them both to be hilarious. Mr. Alexander, Steven Seagal's character, says out of nowhere, Jimmy Falcone is dead.
Yeah.
We get no more information on Jimmy Falcone.
We don't.
Yeah.
It sounds like a crime. It sounds like a crime family's last name, though. So I think it is a quick
Batman.
passing line to establish dominance, I guess.
Yeah, like he's dead, so now we take over the streets. The other one, though, a little less serious. Hearst says, "You drop this," and he hands Orso a can of unlabeled mayonnaise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just like a jar of what's obviously mayonnaise with like a blue lid. It's like definitely Hellman's.
Yeah. But they had to imply the Hellmans because like Hellman's was like, we're not putting our product. Hell fucking no.
No chance.
There's no way.
We're not associating ourselves with this movie, right?
All right, go ahead.
I have like 5 or 6, and I'm just gonna start with Seagal's accent / ghetto talk was really funny.
Oh, hilarious!
It was
super funny. So good.
From frame 1 of the movie. It was just hilarious.
Yep. Immediately, super funny. Number 4 for me is stop trying to make neighborhood happen. It's
like Wizard in episode 1 of Star Wars. That's so Wizard, and then like no one ever caught onto it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just Wizard, blow the dome, you know, is another piece of cake. You know, stuff with which
piece of
we
cake,
tried
right,
to make it happen. It's not happening. We get it, you know, so we give it up. But in this movie, the 6-0 gangsters or whatever keep saying, that's our neighborhood. That's our neighborhood, man. That's our neighborhood. And it applies to different scenarios. Like, literally, that's our geographic region, but also, like, murder is our neighborhood. And, like, things like that.
It's a state of mind. Like, the knowing, like, chin nod, and they're like, neighborhood.
Yeah,
neighborhood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just wish that they would stop, in the Mean Girls kind of way, stop trying to make fetch happen, because neighborhood's not going to happen. All right, Bob.
I was gonna say the prison hit was a little excessive, especially considering they most likely had video surveillance. This isn't like taking place in the 60s. Like they most likely had a video camera in every corner of that prison.
Fair point.
But this like unmasked, not very, covered looking hitman is like taking everybody out.
Well, they caught him after that. They caught him after that, if you remember, but then they couldn't scan his fingers because his fingers were so mangled.
Well, the prison didn't catch him. The fucking gangsters did, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was just kidding. I was just making like his fingers were too fucked up to like identify him joke.
Right.
Wow. Yeah. I like jokes. Jokes are funny.
Like, you can rob a bank when you burn your fingertips off. You can rob, or whatever. Who cares? What's funny? I'm sorry. Number 3 for me was Trejo's Orso lives just long enough to pass these words of wisdom on to Hearst. Don't end up like me, S.A. I gave you a second chance. He lives for like a solid 40 minutes.
After getting stabbed in the heart.
Getting stabbed in the heart. Just to say that. To pass that on. Mm-hmm. Because I think that they thought we had some, like, that they had gained some, like, character credit with Orso because he was, like, sweet or something for being so ugly. Like, wow, isn't he such a nice guy for being such an unattractive guy? Like, you gotta love him for that, you know?
But we still gotta fucking kill him.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Well, of course. But those like really ugly masculine dudes that turn out to like say nice things in movies. You give them like social credit or whatever.
Yeah.
But that didn't happen in this movie. Just like Neighborhood didn't happen. Start trying to make it happen. Bob, why don't you?
I just want to know: was everyone a hitman, or working with a hitman? Like, was anyone not a hitman? Basically. Like, I couldn't figure this out.
Yeah, it's a really good question. I don't know. Like, even the chick at the bar was like, "Is it clean?" Because like
she knew the lingo. Yeah. She was in the know. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Like she was like she was a hit woman for 2 weeks. But then she decided since the pay was only 2/3 of what everyone else makes, that she was getting out of that game. My number 2 is why is Hearst suddenly super suicidal? And it's also really funny to watch him try.
Yeah.
Like, he's down on his luck. He's like drinking. He's walking around and stuff. But he's having a hard time. But then, like, he meets Trejo, what was it, Orso, and Debbie. I don't remember her name. And like he like has a connection, and then all of a sudden he's just in his apartment trying to blow the dome, so to speak.
Yeah.
but he can't because his fingers don't work. So he like shoots
Yeah.
a hole into the roof and like maybe shoots a kid upstairs or something, and then gives up. No, I just don't know where the suicide came from, but it was funny to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he can't open his booze. He can't jack off. He doesn't have many
Yeah, right.
options. Yeah.
Speaking of him, this is my number 2. The miracle hand cure thing.
Yeah.
At near the end is just too funny. Like,
Yeah.
Like you take this, scorpion poison and inject it into your hand, and you will be cured of your broken hand. Like, what the fuck?
But your adrenaline, you need to be awake because your adrenaline works with the poison to fix your hands after I smash them with a hammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's like Shaolin monk.
It was too funny.
Bone breaking. Yeah.
Yeah.
My number 1, Daddy, is the slow-mo is about as necessary as the director thought a plot to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by that I mean there and Bob, I know that this drove you insane, but there are many scenes where there is an actor who we haven't even really met yet, and they're walking like a badass through a hallway in slow motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like, we have to have Hearst, who we don't know yet, walk through this hallway as slow as possible to make him look like a badass. Don't worry about why he's doing anything. Nobody cares as long as people are punching each other.
Yeah.
And there's some tits.
Yeah. Slow-mo
Yes,
probably
they are.
added about 12. It's 99-minute runtime, and they probably need to be over like 90 minutes to like get their distro or whatever. So they probably just stretch as many things out as possible, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
probably.
there's a lot of scenes where people are just like walking.
Yeah.
And it's slow motion. And I guess you're supposed to think that they look cool or something that just was extraordinarily irritating, I guess.
I used to teach part of let me rephrase this. I'm still a teacher, but part of my class used to be a video production thing, and the laziest kids always had a come follow me or let's go or some kind of like a thing like that, and then have them just like walking away or walking upstairs or walking downstairs. It was the laziest, most immature transition point to any video. And if they did that, if they did a movie like this, that's just proves to me that they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, 100%. All right, Bob, what do you got for your number 1?
My last one was the most irritating to me. Okay, how did all the prisoners that were working together get released at the same time from prison? Like, that really fucked me up. Like, Ving Rhames and the other guy and probably some more. I didn't pay attention past 2 guys. Like, all come out of prison at the same time to form their own gang.
Yeah.
Like, that's really not going to happen.
Benny the Rat, Iceman, Benny the Rat, and Peter the Pinata, like all coming out of the clink at the same time.
Did you make those names up, or were those real names?
Well, one was Hector. We know one was
Peter
Hector.
the Pinata. I'm just making sure. I'm making sure that I heard that right.
I mean, are you doubting me? Are you doubting that they had a name in this movie?
I'm totally doubting you. Yes.
Well, the 4th gang member was Shmave, and then we had Cousin Todd, friend of the pod.
Yeah.
And Dr. Ezekiel.
Oh yeah, I remember that guy.
Was there. And,
okay, makes sense. It all makes sense now. Okay, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. I'm wrong.
All
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, I'm usually right. Let's run to what we're watching.
I'm kind of curious what the guys are watching other than videos about
government secrets.
This is what we're watching.
Government secrets.
That's a good bumper, man. I'll tell you what, man. That's a great one.
Great, yeah. It is nice. It reminds me of the Buffington clan. You know, the Buttwater clan. Like that.
Buffington Buttwater. Yep.
Yeah. Number one for me is Dune Prophecy. I did watch episode 2. I alluded to the fact that I wasn't so sure. I watched episode 2. Guess what happened? I'm totally hooked. I really wanted to watch it tonight, but I had to do some stupid podcast or something.
Yeah.
So here I am instead of watching Dune Prophecy episode 3. Just kidding. I love you both, and I love the show more than I love Dune Prophecy. So it can wait. Sunday though, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes because 3 and 4 will be out.
Nice.
It's really good. It's fun. Also, I watched. Have you guys seen Dredd, the 2012 Judge Dredd movie with Carl Urban?
No, but I've edited articles written by people who watched it.
It's kind of fucking awesome if you're a dude. Like, if you're a real man, you like it. Just saying.
A real man? Is it like one of those, like, you watch it with the boys, then you have like four locos in the gas station parking lot and like rip your shirt off and get in a fight type of movies? Like, you just like,
or
one of those.
If you just want to stay at home and like pull out one ball hair at a time because you're bored.
Yeah.
You know, while watching a masculine movie and drinking some Tito's or something, then throw on Dredd 2012. It's actually really good. You know Cersei from Game of Thrones. She's also like the wife in 300. She's in a lot of shit. I should be able to come up with her name. It's like Macy or Margie or something like Maggie or something. Anyway, she's like kind of hot in this movie where like she's got like a big scar on her face, and she's a gangster who is selling a drug that makes you move in slow motion. Not like for no reason, like we had in Force of Execution, but what they do is, like, for example, they this badass gangsters thing in the future where it's a giant city and there's this huge building that houses like tens of thousands of people. She runs all of the slow-mo drug through her operation there, and what she does is when people betray her, she makes them take a puff of the slow-mo and then she throws them off a balcony. And they perceive time way slower, so they have to fall to their death for like a long time.
Yeah,
and which is like kind of badass. Yeah. But also Carl Urban does a really good job of doing the Sylvester Stallone Dredd, but better than he did, where he's just like a straightforward, like, all he cares about is the law. Like, if you want to watch our version of Judge Dredd, the 1990s movie with Sylvester Stallone, you could find that somewhere. I don't know.
www.theworstmovieevermade.com. It's under Judge Dredd.
You can watch 2012's Carl Urban version. And there is a lot of gore, but they do it in like an artful way. Like a guy gets his head blown off and they like show it to you like he just took some slow-mo and Carl Urban shoots through his head and he like gets a bullet like ripped through his head. And slow-mo makes everything glittery too. It's just like it's a non-stop, like, in your face, gory action, violent movie. They don't apologize for it. They just fucking like ram it down your throat, like the way Mad Max does. You know, they want it to be a little too much. They want it to be violent. They want it to be fun, and the action never stops. And it's a little tropey, it's a little cliche, but it's really...
That's fine, though. Yeah.
I suggest you watch 2012's Dredd with Carl.
I might have to.
Yeah, you really should. It's fun.
I haven't seen the newest Mad Max, but the Fury Road was really good. I really like it.
Yeah,
Furiosa is...
I haven't seen Furiosa.
It's
whatever.
It's pure cinematic art, and it's the perfect prequel. It's solid.
Yeah, it's awesome.
It's worth the 3 hours or whatever.
It's super cool.
All right, so I had some time off since the last podcast. I had 3 days off in a row. Like, that's like fucking insane. I had a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Wednesday, I did a bunch of laundry. Thursday and Friday, I watched 3 movies from this past year. They're all 2024 movies I wanted to watch. Now, I've been reading about these movies, and I I'm like, okay, I'm gonna watch these 3 movies, and I'm gonna talk about them on the next podcast. Coincidentally, without knowing this, they all had the same lead actress, Margaret Qualley. Have you heard of Margaret Qualley?
No.
Yeah.
I never have. And after watching, I was on the 3rd movie when I realized, oh my god, it's the same bitch again.
Yeah.
She's in the same. She's in the 3rd movie I've watched without me even picking that. So that means she was the lead, or at least close to a lead, in 3 movies in the same year. She's a busy bitch. Okay.
Yeah.
So the 3 movies were The Substance, which she shows up naked in a lot.
Nice.
So, however, The Substance is horrifying. It's a body horror movie.
I've heard that it's like Cronenberg levels of body
It is
horror.
Cronenberg level, but it's not good. But she's, oh my god. If you want to watch, if you want to see someone gorgeous naked, watch The Substance, at least for the first half, and then turn it off.
Okay.
Then I watched Kinds of Kindness, which is the same director as The Lobster, and I forget. Oh shoot, what was the other one he did? Killing of the Sacred Deer. Same director. It's odd. It's bizarre. I didn't like it that much. And then Drive Away Dolls. Drive Away Dolls was a movie directed by one of the Coen brothers. Not both of them, but just one of them. I want to say it was Ethan Coen.
Yes,
and that was the most most entertaining of the 3. Like, if I was going to recommend a movie, I would say Drive Away Dolls. It was entertaining. It was worth my time. It was silly fun. The other ones were just too weird, too gross, or both. So out of the 3, The Substance was, if you like body horror, then watch it. Kinds of Kindness, if you like just bizarre shit, watch it. But Drive Away Dolls, if you just like silly fun, you should watch it.
Cool.
And all 3 I pirated. I'm not sure where you can find all 3 streaming. I'm sorry, because they're too new. They're out there somewhere. That's it.
All right. I've been watching nothing long form. I've had a weird week with like just different schedule. So I did watch some Steven Seagal Lawman. It's like Cops, but Steven Seagal claims to be a cop. It's the same like reality format. It's really, really funny because he's a legend in his own mind the entire time. He does not break character. He does a lot of, hey, what's going on, cuh, type of stuff. I've been watching like Dr. Insanity on YouTube, which is like, it's more true crime. I was just watching like, oh, we found this person's murder dungeon. Here's what happened, and here's the interrogation. And then I've been doing a lot of rig rundowns. The guy from Caspian, Phil Jameson, he has an hour and a 10-minute long just breakdown of all his gear. And then I watched Rick Beato interview Dave Gilmour from Pink Floyd on like songwriting and gear. And then I will be watching Dead Alive this week, which is an early Peter Jackson film.
Oh my god, I love that. I actually own that on VHS.
Yeah, so that's next on my queue.
Dead Alive is fucking awesome.
I've heard.
I'll have to watch that.
It's up there with Meet the Feebles. I had to see Meet the Feebles still.
I have that on VHS also.
It's another Peter Jackson. It's like Muppets on heroin, like just being completely gory and out of pocket.
I own both of those on VHS.
All right.
Because I'm a super fan. I'm a Peter Jackson super fan.
I am a Peter Jackson fan, and 2 out of 3 of us are Peter Jackson fans, and we still have another Peter Jackson movie. So I suggest we do Fellowship of the Ring for the good movie episode.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I think we should do Meet the Feebles.
All right.
Yeah, we should probably do Lord of the Rings because more people have seen that. Bad credit names.
Ooh, execution. There you go.
Bren Foster, Bin Dang, Big U, Ursula Coyote, Chip Bird, Ving Rhames, and Yvette Mealy.
Yvette Mealy.
I like how Ving Rhames almost made number 1.
I mean, you gotta call it like it is. His name is Ving.
Yeah.
Ving.
Yeah.
Ving.
All right, offensive minigame.
Sometimes movies are just so offensive.
There are no other therapists
that could help me get over it. This is the offensive minigame.
All right.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
This is Baby Boom versus Force of Execution.
Okay.
Baby banishing.
Mm-hmm.
And by that I mean taking your baby out to like a fucking cabin in the snow.
Yeah.
In like -5 degrees because you don't have a fucking roof or water.
Yeah.
Or voodoo on a vagabond.
Well, I want to go with the baby banishing because the vagabond voodoo, it's like he was kind of a willing participant. Like, he didn't have any other options.
He was tied down.
Yeah, but he was willing to. He was borderline entertaining the procedure before it was forced on him. You know.
Okay.
Whereas babies don't really have choice in the matter.
Yeah, I'm with Rob on this one. Go ahead.
Baby banishing. Okay.
Yeah.
Burka babe. Or Tarantino totals.
Tarantino totals.
Yeah, Tarantino totals.
Okay. How about we're gonna flip it up? How about the Cajun Asian accent?
Yeah.
Or bleaching a baby?
I'm gonna say the Cajun Asian because the other one was, I don't know, it wasn't really bleach. 1 and 2, that's not as offensive as it is just reckless.
It's ignorance, and it's overwhelmed ignorance that was played off as bad comedy. Like, I can't even clean a baby. But like, yeah, the other one I would say is a little more.
We have determined
egregious.
that spraying Clorox in your baby's face is less offensive than Steven Seagal pretending to be black.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we're used to Steven Seagal pretending to be black. He's been doing it for like 20 years.
It's true. And God damn it, we're sick of it. All right, let's run to the movie comparison.
I resigned today as president of the bank.
Inconvenient truth.
None of this makes sense. Let's just compare the movies. You know what I'm putting on, Foo? That's Steven Seagal.
I pick up what you fitting to put down.
Foo.
Baby Boom or Force of Execution. Rob, you had a 4.5 with Baby Boom. Nice job.
Yeah.
But that's not quite as good as Chris's 4.5 for Force of Execution. So Force of Execution.
Yeah, that's a wash.
Offensive minigame. Force of Execution wins this one.
Okay.
Dialogue. What was worse, guys?
Force of Execution. Because at least
Yeah.
Baby Boom, at least the story had a logical progression, and the characters, although badly acted characters, carried that progression forward in a way that made sense to the viewing audience.
They did, yes.
Yep. Baby Boom's production problem was lost irony when we have no story and no continuity for Force of Execution.
Force of Execution is worse. Yeah.
I think it's obvious. Force of Execution is worse, yes.
Yeah.
Who had worse acting? Force of Execution.
Force of Execution.
Force of Execution, yes.
We have no demerits for either. What do you want to say for Baby Boom as its send-off? Bye, Baby Boom. What's the demerit?
I thought we already said what the demerit was, wasn't it? No, I mean, we didn't. Okay.
It was like flat acting and stuff. Like we kind of sort of did, but we didn't officially.
No, we said maybe it was diapers. They couldn't figure out diapers.
It was like this the dumb
you're right.
The overdone parenting is hard jokes.
It was like electrical tape diapered.
Yeah.
Difficult diapers.
And then for Force of Execution, the demerit I guess would be. I don't know.
What was your the wording? Black, Cajun, Asian.
Cajun Asian accent.
Yeah, that let's do that. Let's go with that.
Cajun Asian.
Cajun. You can't even do it because they have the same.
Asian.
Phonetically sound the same.
Yeah,
at the end.
I was going for a little bit of fun.
Asian.
Yeah.
Cajun Asian.
Cajun.
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 All right.
Yeah.
Occasion. It's quite an occasion. Worst of the season, then, obviously, is Forced Sophistication.
Yeah.
For now.
Hey, listen. We're going to do something really fun. Something we don't do much on the worst movie ever made.
Okay.
We're going to watch a very modern movie that everyone is shitting on so that we can pile on and enjoy making fun of it ourselves. Because this is what we do. We tear movies apart. We make them feel bad about themselves. Only the problem is it's usually 15 years ago, so they don't have to feel bad anymore. Let's make fun of Megalopolis, which is an Adam Driver movie,
Francis
right?
Ford Coppola vehicle. Yep.
Yeah. So let's make fun of that next week all together. Go see it in theaters. Waste your money.
I just want to say, I've been really on the Neil Breen forums more than is good for my mental health, and everybody's saying is Megalopolis is a Neil Breen movie if he had an unlimited budget. A lot of people are calling it that, so I am very excited. Yeah,
I'm excited too. All right, Rob,
I started watching it. I started watching it, and I turned it off after about a half an hour. And now I have to go finish it. Thank you.
Because it won.
Audience.
Because you put it on the poll.
Yes, thank you. I put it on the poll because I knew how bad it was. And right now, like actually, as we are talking, I am uploading it to the drive.
Hell yeah.
Sick. Nice job. All right, Rob, why don't you plug us, throw it to Bob for his last word, and then we'll say goodbye.
All right. You can find us at www.theworstmovieevermade.com. We are on Spotify. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Google Play. We can guess on Overcast, Stitcher, Podbean, or whatever the hell you use. Just search The Worst Movie Ever Made. We're probably there. We're also on YouTube. If you don't want to wait for the YouTube, which takes a few days to clear because of copyright reasons, we have video on Spotify now for our entire back catalog. Sure. So you can just watch us or listen to us on Spotify. That's probably the best way to do it. But, if you want to wait a few days or you don't have Spotify subscription or whatever, we are free on YouTube every Sunday. That follows our regular release. You can get us on TikTok and get us on Instagram. We do polls. We do trailers. We post movie clips that we're talking about in the episodes and our stories. It's a lot of fun to be had. You can engage with us. You cannot engage with us. But please engage with us because that leads to conversions and that makes us keep the lights on here because this show costs tens of cents to run every month. And we need to reimburse ourselves and make ourselves whole. Bob, what is your last word?
Cajun.
Location. All right. Megalopolis next week, guys. Thanks for listening.
Bye, Joseph.
I didn't hit the theme song, but I started dancing. All right, there we go.
Bye, Joseph, and thank you, Schmade.
Thank you, Schmade. I'm really excited about Megalopolis. It's super excited.
I'm not.
No, don't be excited.
I'm at a point
everyone's in it. Like Dustin Hoffman's in it.
I'm at a
famous people left and right are in it.
Bad Jelly Scoop. I'm at a point in my personal irony where I don't